Good day, my name is Joanne Serrano. I'm a professor at the University of the Philippines Open University. I teach environmental advocacy, communication of scientific and technical information, and sociocultural perspectives on the environment. Let me share with you one of the assessment practices I do in my courses. A few years back, I decided to reimagine and change the way I do my assessment. I no longer give written exams. Instead, I ask my students to create content that can be used beyond the classroom. One thing I've noticed with my old assessment is that after the exercise, the outputs the students did just end up on my drive and have no value to others, even if the outputs are really good. I've been involved in research works related to open educational resources, or OERs, and I've seen its value. And since UPOU is a strong advocate for the use of OERs, as it allows wider access to free but quality educational materials, I decided to dig deeper on this and included this as part of my major assessment. Open educational resources are teaching, learning, and research materials in any medium, digital or otherwise, that reside in the public domain or have been released under an open license that permits no-cost access, use, adaptation, and redistribution by others with no or limited restrictions. UPOU is a strong advocate for the use of OERs as it allows wider access to free but quality educational materials, hence contributing towards inclusivity and equity. According to UNESCO, OER provides a strategic opportunity to improve the quality of learning and knowledge sharing, as well as improve policy dialogue, knowledge sharing, and capacity building globally. UNESCO envisions OERs to address SDG 4 or quality education. Student-created OERs are part of open educational practices or OEPs. OEPs are pedagogical strategies that use the affordances of open licenses to get students involved in creative activities that often contribute back to the course material or have other real-world applications. According to David Wiley, an OEP advocate, student-created OERs can be contrasted with the type of assignments, which can be considered disposable assignments, meaning they have no value once a grade is assigned. So what I do is I require my students to co-create knowledge products in the form of student-created open educational resources. The creation and production of OERs are done by groups or teams on topics that are related to the course, but at the same time topics that they can apply in their real-life situations and topics that are useful to others as well. This requirement addresses two of the objectives in the courses I teach. First is to produce a knowledge product, an SNT material for the course on communicating scientific and technical information, and an environmental advocacy campaign for the environmental advocacy class. And second, to collaborate with their co-learners. The creation of OER is a group work which requires collaboration. In the past, I was the one who assigned the topic and group composition. But for the past semesters, I made use of the group self-selection in Moodle to allow my students to choose the topic and group they want to be a part of. To ensure that the students working in teams or groups would be guided on what they need to create and produce, I give them a detailed assignment guide that lists what are the tasks and the expected outputs. In the introduction part, I give them a detailed explanation about OERs and how their final outputs can be used to contribute back to the course and can have real-life applications. Detailed tasks, guidelines, and deliverables are clearly written on the guide. Included in the guide also is a template of the horizontal plan which the students can use when they plan, design, and develop their OERs. The requirement is graded based on the rubric I give them at the start of the semester. Part of the grade also is their peer review, which somehow encourages the students to contribute to the course and to the output. Aside from the actual output, I require them to submit evidence of their collaboration and how they divided the work among themselves. Based on my evaluation of the use of student-created OERs, Many students said that involving students in the creation of OER is useful and advantageous in their learning experience in the course. They also said that student-created OERs increase interaction of the students in the course, and many students found that student-created OERs can address the problem of sustainability of OERs. Thank you and good day.